Hello, y'all. This is Prime 3285, and I just want to talk about the first Transformers movie that Michael Bay did. Transformers 1 came out 2007, July 3rd, and I remember I went to see it with my brother and his girlfriend, his girlfriend Nicole, and I went to see it with them, and I think it was around the 4th of July, but the movie came out July 3rd. Around close to the 4th of July, and I remember going to see it, and I had a blast. I mean, me and my brother was so blown away by the special effects, the action, even the story of the movie. We was just so, for the first time to see Optimus Prime transform for the first time, it was just incredible, and just amazing how the robots look so real, it was just an amazing job, the people that did the movie, Michael Bay, the people, ILM, they just did an amazing job, and the movie made a lot of money. It grossed a lot. It made a whole lot, It was a success at the box office. And it was the first chapter in the Transformers live action series, and it was a great movie. And, like the movie starts out as Blackout attacking the Air Force base, as I think he takes the form of a military helicopter that was shot down 3 months ago, and he shows up at the Air Force base, and they thinking that it's just somebody in the helicopter, like maybe they're thinking it's a terrorist or something, or somebody's planning on, but they show. I remember it was awesome. They show like the hologram. They show like a person in a helicopter, but it's a hologram, and then seeing the chopper, the propellers go back, and then hearing the sound. I remember me and my brother was so hyped at that part. We was just, man, it's so blown away how seeing the blackout Decepticon transform, and then hearing that sound, and then they showing him shooting the Air Force base, and then you see the shockwave like from the hit, which is awesome, this. I remember that epic part, man. This just drew me more into the movie, and then they show Sam Witwicky and Haskell, and I love this movie. I love the humor, Shia LaBeouf is in this movie, Megan Fox, Josh Duhamel, Tyrese Gibson, and the other guy, I forgot his name. He played Agent Simmons, John something, John Bruno. I forgot his name. But yeah, he's in this movie. The movie is directed by Michael Bay and executive, and Steven Spielberg. But this movie is awesome. It starts out as Sam getting his first car, going to and what was cool is that they had Bernie Mac in this movie, which was really cool. Also, you have other comedians like Anthony Anderson, and there was another actress that starred in this movie. I think she was a British actress. She was the analyst. I think her name is Rachel something. Rachel. I think her name is Rachel, yeah. But the movie and this plot was just awesome. I really enjoyed this movie, going to see it on a big screen for the first time, and just being so blown away by how the robots look. They just did an amazing job, when they show every transform in this movie, like Barricade, and little do we know, like I'm gonna go back to Sam getting his first car. He was speaking to the car salesman, and Bumblebee, this is when he meets Bumblebee for the first time, but he don't know it yet, and Bumblebee is the old Camaro, and then Sam seeing was thinking somebody stole his car, so he ran off. He got on a bike, and the next thing you know, he see like his car stand up, and it's a robot, it's Bumblebee, and he's in shock. He even took pictures, and the next thing you know, I think before he gets there, he was calling the cops, and then the cops get there, and they didn't believe him, he was getting chased by dogs before that happened, and then Bumblebee, chased the dogs away, transformed. He was in his Camaro vehicle mode. This movie was good. The humor was good. I love the action. I think they did an amazing job with this movie. This movie was definitely a classic. It was the first chapter in the Transformers live action franchise. And I remember seeing the trailer from them promoting the movie, and the teaser trailer was even awesome. And then when they start bringing out more trailers of this movie before it was released, it was just, man, I was like, man, I cannot wait till this movie come out. And then the more and more I start seeing the CGI, it seemed like it started looking better and better when it was getting close to release, and then seeing it in the theater, seeing Megatron and Starscream, I'm like, they did an amazing job, how they looked so real, and it just makes you think, like, okay, this is what they will look like in our ordinary world, this is what it'll look like, that illusion, like, man, like, it's crazy, It's something how they took something for a cartoon and they just brought it to life, how they brought Optimus Prime to life, Bumblebee, Ironheart, Ratchet, Jazz, Megatron, Starscream, Barricade, so many characters that we know and love from the cartoons, and they just brought them to life on the big screen. They just did an amazing job with this movie, and then I just will never forget it, going to see this movie. And I remember the movie came out on DVD October 16th, 2017, 2007, my fault, 2007. It came out on DVD 2007, October 16th, on DVD. And I remember I could not wait to get this movie on DVD. I didn't get it the first day it came out on DVD. I think I got it the second day or the third day, but I could not wait. And I remember when I got it on DVD, I got it at Rite Aid, But man, I was just so blown away by this movie, I was just so blown away. And before I got the DVD, I remember watching the bootleg. My sister had a bootleg, and I was watching it like crazy until I got the real deal. Like, I watched it like 1,000 times, the bootleg, and then when I got the real DVD, I watched it like crazy. I could not wait to watch it, to open it up and watch the movie. I was just so blown away by this movie. As a Transformers fan, I really enjoyed this movie. I was satisfied with the movie, the story, the action. They did an amazing job, making the robots look so real, and they just did an amazing job. And the story was about the Autobots and Decepticons getting the Allspark, getting an artifact that was from their world. Now, the Decepticons wanted the Allspark for power, to transform human technology to take over the universe. That's what the main plot of the story of this movie was, about the Allspark. And at the end, Sam used the Allspark to destroy Megatron. And I want to do more videos about the Transformers movies. I want to do one about the second movie, the third, and the fourth, and even the Last Knight. So I'm a big fan of these movies. Huge fan. I'm a huge fan of these movies. I love these movies. And I just wanted to make this video about this. My experiences with this movie, getting it on DVD, going to see it with my brother and his girlfriend Nicole, because I went to see it with my brother and his girlfriend Nicole, and his girlfriend has a son, named Kaylon, and we all went to see it, around the 4th of July. I think it was around the 4th of July, and it was at night, and the movie theater was just packed. And I remember before we got there, people was even talking about the movie on the radio. That's how big the movie was. So many people just wanted to go see this movie. It was just a huge phenomenon. This movie was big. It was gigantic, And when I seen this movie, I was like, man, I cannot wait for the sequel. I cannot wait to what they go further with the sequel. And I want to talk about the sequel. And I want to talk about more of the Transformers sequels, this after this movie, because I really enjoyed them all. But I want to talk about it more. This movie it's just magnificent. It was a masterpiece. And I had a lot of fun seeing this movie. And I still watch it to this day. I watch it. I love watching the movies all in order. And they did an amazing job. I even loved the posters of this movie. And then this is when what I noticed about this movie, this is when they start having action figures for Transformers again. This is when the action figures were starting to get really hot. Them making like, even the movie, the movie figures, This is when the toys were starting to get really hot again for Transformers, I think it did an amazing job, this movie. It made it, it was a monster hit, And I enjoyed the movie. I loved it, And I think this movie was nominated for 3 Academy Awards or something, dude. I think Golden Globes. I think it was either Golden Globes or 3 Academy Awards. Yeah. This was a great movie in my opinion, and it's the first chapter, it's the one that started it all, Featuring Megan Fox, Shia LaBeouf, Tyrese Gibson, Josh Duhamel. This movie even had I forgot his name. He's Angelina Jolie's dad in real life. He was the Secretary of Defense. He did an amazing job too in this movie. And Bernie Mac, God bless him, he was amazing in this movie. He was funny. Tyrese Gibson, his performance was amazing. Shia LaBeouf, all their performances was amazing in this movie. Anthony Anderson, this movie was awesome. And I just want to make this video about this, y'all, to my subscribers. I'm a huge Transformers fan, and I just love the live action movies. I like G1, but I love the live action movies just as much, as a fan. And I was just thankful that we got this movie. I was thankful going to see it in the movies, and, this was the first live action movie we had, first live action. It wasn't animated, it was live action CG, and they did an amazing job with this movie. I just want to make this movie about this, y'all. I really love